In this video, I'm going to run you through exactly how we ranked a local business owner into the top 3 positions within 4 months of launching their website. And the best thing is it's just 3 simple steps, all on site, so nothing outside of your website that you need to worry about. And it's also requires no background knowledge, no technical information, no coding. Everyone can do this as long as you've got access to the back end of your website. So let's get started. Step 1 is to have a location specific page for every single one of your services. So I'll show you what this looks like on a live website. This is a local painting business. They do this really well with their service areas, and this is a very typical way of doing it, where you have in your footer or somewhere in your navigation either a page or just a link tree to a whole bunch of different locations. So this can be broken down even more, but by having the name of the location or the town that you're targeting, town or suburb, so in this example, Albury, Wodonga, Thurgoona, and then you have your service that you provide, so Albury Painters, Wodonga Painters. What this does is Google then knows exactly what service you provide in what location. So if you've got someone who's searching for your service in that location, your page has a much, much higher chance of showing up because you've got a specific page for it. Now you can take this one step further and break it down into sub-services as well. So have something like Albury Residential Painters or Albury House Painters, and that's going to take a step further. But what we typically like to do with customers is get these overarching ones set up first, because that's going to get you the broadest range, and then diversify those down or break those down into their sub-services as well. So what I'd do is get a list of all the areas that you target. So if you're in Sydney, don't say Sydney Painters, say Lithfield Painters or Strathfield Painters, and break it down into the suburbs that you actually want to target. The second step ties in really heavily with this, and that is to have your keyword that you're targeting or the service that you're targeting as your H1 tag on your website. So you can see here the title of this page is Albury Painters, as simple as that, because what we're targeting is people in Albury wanting a painter. So by having that as your H1 tag, Google instantly knows this is exactly what this page is about. By having something just super simple like this, instead of like, we transform your homes into magnificent works of art in Albury, Google's not really going to know what that means. So by having a really simple title, especially on these location-specific, service-specific pages, then you're going to boost this page even higher. Step 3 is going to be to use a SEO plugin, which are completely free on WordPress, to insert your SEO meta tag and meta description for your page. The plugin that I like to use is a free one called Yoast SEO, but there's a multitude out there and a lot of them do the same basic things. You don't need the pro version until you're pushing into some more high level SEO. So just run the free one. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into your page, and for the example that we just gave for the first and second step, we're going to go into this page, and what you're going to have is then a SEO section, optimizing section for the page. Now you want to target your focus keyword to that location service, so the Albury Painters. Another way of thinking about this is to have it as the title of the page that you're trying to rank. So in this example, we've got Albury Painters because the page is called Albury Painters and we're trying to sell painting to people in Albury. Then you're going to go down to your slug. This doesn't really matter. We're going to go down and have a look at the SEO title. Now you can automate this or you can just type it straight in, but what you want to do is have your focus key phrase or keyword in your title. And you can see what that looks like here in this little preview section. So you can see that Albury Painters is in there, dash the business name. So that's perfect. Then the next thing is your meta description. And the goal of your meta description is, again, to get that keyword or your page title as far to the front of the description as possible. So we've literally got Aubrey Painters with over 10 years experience. If it's within the first sentence, that's great. The other thing to take into consideration is the length. So you don't want this too long, otherwise it just goes off the page and no one gets to read it. So that's the 3 tips, and that's how we helped rank a website within the first 5 months into the top 3 positions for a local service. The next step that you can take is to actually get Google to index your website straight away instead of having to wait for it to go and manually crawl it. If you'd like to know how to do that, leave a comment and say Search Console, and then I'll make a video specifically on that. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.